Hey, welcome back to Fall River. We're here with continuing coverage of the Aaron Hernandez murder trial. I know we're all excited about the Jodi Arias verdict today, but we have a couple of updates from this morning's session. We heard from a New England area realtor who has referred many Patriots clients from New England Patriot employee Kevin Anderson, and who worked with Aaron Hernandez in renting an apartment in Franklin, Massachusetts, about 15 to 20 minutes from Gillette Stadium. This house is the alleged flop house that Hernandez had, where Ernest Wallace was alleged to live and where he kept himself away from his house in North Attleboro. What's kind of interesting is that those are both the same distance away from the stadium. They're both 15 to 20 minutes away. So it's not like he had an extra place that's closer to the stadium to help him after workouts or to have a closer to work apartment. But what's also interesting is we heard testimony from two separate neighbors. One of the neighbors was this woman, Carol Martin Bailey, who looks like your classic nosy neighbor, who just happened to, in the late 70s, rent an apartment that 40 years later would share an entire wall with Aaron Hernandez. She said that she initially met Ernest Wallace, who said he was an extremely nice man in the mid-40s, African-American, who looked nothing like the mugshot photo she was shown in court, and said that he was moving in with his cousin, who she presumed was Aaron Hernandez. She also said that after a certain amount of time that she smelled a very foul odor coming from the apartment, which she said smelled like a skunk. Now, we've already established that Aaron Hernandez and his boys like to smoke a little pot. So she said several times a week she'd hear the boys come over, she'd smell some pot, and she heard what she called locker room noises. If anything else, she's been one of the more entertaining witnesses so far. And this morning's session concluded with testimony from a T-Mobile engineer who tracked Odin Lloyd's cell phone from his home near the Boston area out to the industrial park where he was shot and killed. He testified that because it's a smartphone, it doesn't need to make phone calls to ping a tower. Their phone is constantly updating it since it's a smartphone to get emails and things of that nature, different kinds of alerts. Therefore, they have a much more accurate track of where the phone traveled. We will continue with cross-examination of that T-Mobile expert tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Until then, I'm Ryan Kearns for Wild About Trial.